Okay, so let's get down to business here because this is a very, very busy day indeed. We've got to talk about some world versus world stuff too, and some really long anticipated news here. It's going to be an update about World versus World and, more specifically, a lot of details on how the alliance system might end up working, particularly with how it kind of looks with the interface and the way it's going to work with guilds, and kind of a bit of an insight into how some of that functionality works, and just a bit of a kind of progress check here from ArenaNet on how World versus World actually operates. So, let's get into it. Hey there, Mist Dwellers. I'm Floyd Grubb, Senior Game Designer. I joined the World vs. World team after the release of Guild Wars 2 Ender Dragons. Ooh, new guy. And I'm excited to do my part in supporting this community. It's been fun to dive in over the past few months and learn the complex nuances of the game mode. Josh tells me to beware of Maguma. Dude, Maguma getting a lot of shoutouts in these posts. A brief introduction. I have over 25 years of game development experience. Ooh! With over 10 years in MMOs alone. Prior to joining ArenaNet, I spent some time working on a large-scale realm versus realm game, very similar to World versus World. I expect that might come in handy. I wonder if that's Warhammer Online, actually. I mean, what would that be? That would be Warhammer Online or ESO, right? I guess potentially even, DAOC, right? Oh, it looks like it was ESO, apparently, according to the chat right now. So that's pretty cool. That's actually where Ben was as well, right? Ben was on ESO too, as I understand it. So that's good stuff. We're in good company there. But yeah, there we go. In today's post, I'll be providing some status updates on our ongoing projects. First, an update on our efforts to improve World vs. World rewards. One of the first changes I'm working on is having rewards earned from attacking or defending objectives scale based on the number of enemies you interact with in a battle. Oh my god. Fucking good change. Yes, this is very good. So all of a sudden, instead of getting your one champion bag and your event completion for completing this, you're going to get like a fat reward bump if you take over an objective and you're fighting loads of players. This is actually a really nice way of doing this, because it means if you have like a crazy fight over a tier 1 keep, it's really good. And if you have a really boring fight, like you're night capping, you aren't going to get mega rewarded for like flipping everyone's tier 3 overnight. This is honestly a really nice implementation for this, I think. I hope they add this soon, right? Flipping an undefended objective won't be any less rewarding, but now there'll be a strong incentive to actually rumble and start fighting, yeah. They don't talk about dates here, really, on when they're looking to implement this, but yeah, I am super excited to actually see that be put into the game. That's a really nice incentive for players to actually battle over objectives, right? Get caps, defend your objectives, and actually, go for these, go for this conflict, right? Go for this conflict instead of just like smashing into each other over and over again. Yeah, they're obviously playing it pretty close to the chest in terms of the actual timings of this stuff, but, well, if they're confident enough to mention it, hopefully it will, well, they were confident enough to mention alliances 4 years ago, I guess, but, well, let's hope we're going to get it a little bit quicker than that. Speaking of rewards, here's a preview of a new World vs. World exclusive full weapon set that's in development. Once they're ready, we plan to add them as rewards for participating in future world restructuring betas. Now, I think some people were a bit concerned that, this would be only in the betas. Realistically, guys, this will be, you'll get them for playing in the betas, but there'll be other ways to get them as well. There's no way they would make a full set of skins for World vs. World and then only have them in the beta, so just be aware of that. You'll be able to buy them for tokens, or maybe you get them from drops or something like that from this new system, the new reward structure, right? It's not going to be like, oh, you have to play the beta and then they're gone from the game. It's just not going to happen. Right, and in fact, yeah, Grouch has even confirmed that in the chat there. And these look pretty cool, kind of a bit steampunk, a little bit cybernetic here as well. They look pretty sick. Got some glow effects on them there as well. Okay, a little bit of red, a little bit of gold there as well. I think there's some potential for some color variants here too. They could do like a blue one. They could do like in fact, they could do 3 colors, right? Because they could do the World vs. World colors, red, green, and blue. That would be pretty sick, right? So you could actually have like an entire Zerg having the same color as the color of your current server or world at the time. That would be pretty nice. Because actually, you already have this. You actually have some weapons that actually do change their glow right now, depending on what server you're on. I think it's actually... What set is it, actually? There is a set that behaves exactly like that. So that would be really cool if these weapons also behave like that. But yeah, these look pretty sick. I like the longbow, actually. Longbow looks pretty cool, actually. And yeah, the rifle's pretty cool, too. Yeah, the shortbow, the longbow. And these are really nice, actually. Let's see. Are there any other, like, really cool ones? Yeah. I think those are the standout ones for sure. Yeah, the Obsidian weapons. Yeah, that's how they already operate like that. As for the world, just saying, ooh, here we go, alliances. Our investigation into the litany of issues that manifest themselves as Q bugs persist. Wow, they haven't squashed it yet, man. Over the last few months, we've resolved multiple code issues that accounted for roughly half of the occurrences of the bug. Wow, dude, bear in mind, this has been in the this bug has basically been in the game like since launch, more or less, as I understand it. So it's a bit of a tough one. It's a resilient little bastard, but it looks like they're finally managing to squash this one. On May 31st, we announced that we were increasing the length of the World vs. World queue timeout grace period, in which players must accept their invitation to join a map or be removed from the queue. We had a hunch that this might improve the situation. The good news is that the extended grace period hasn't increased average queue times, meaning we'll likely keep it as a nice quality of life change. More time for you to get back to your PC in time to accept the queue when you run to grab a snack. However, the data we've collected so far showed that this change is less impactful than anticipated in reducing the occurrence of the queue bug on its own. Wow. So they actually haven't squashed it. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, honestly, this is a very important issue. They need to fix this. So, at the end of the day, they've got to get this done, guys. They have to do it. We were hoping to have the Q bug squashed by now, but just like you, we're growing impatient and are eager to get another test event rolling. We've been made enough progress that we're becoming more comfortable moving forward with another beta test of the existing system. We'll be able to verify that the bug fixes are working at a scale and gather a fresh set of data using the latest version of the backend. To clarify, this test will use the same front-end system that was beta tested back in January, but with fixes for the queue issue and team placement and improved matchmaking. This is a very recent decision, and we're working on finalizing the timing. We'll follow up as soon as we know. Oof, I mean... Look, first impression here, guys, and I'm just going to say exactly what I'm thinking. I think we are not going to be seeing proper alliance implementation this year. I just want everyone to be primed mentally for that. Alliances, or like the full... So when we switch over to alliances, this says to me, loud and clear, this is 2023. They're obviously having some issues resolving some fundamental problems with World versus World, some of the bugs, and they're ironing that out. We haven't got like the proper front end yet. We haven't even started really talking about alliances front end, and we'll see that later on in this post, actually. We haven't even talked about alliances testing. We're still doing world restructuring testing. It's going to be 2023. It's not happening this year. We're going to see probably some tests for alliances this year, but I think everyone, you should be primed and mentally prepared. Alliances and fully switching over to this new version of World versus World is not going to be this year. I'd be amazed if it was. I really would. I actually thought they were going to do World vs. World alliances before Steam, because it's kind of weird to like get loads of new players and then change a fundamental system completely, which is a bit weird. And I imagine they're not super happy about wanting to do that, but I imagine they really want to get on Steam. Like, Steam is a really big deal for ArenaNet, and they almost certainly want to hit that this year, right? Right after the expansion. Fresh, let's go. Get another injection of players. Get another big event for the game. Get that hype going. So it looks like we are going to be doing Steam and then alliances by the looks of this, but yeah, we'll see. But wait, what about alliances? Work on world restructuring and the alliances feature, both the server infrastructure and the player-facing components, continues to move along. Recently, we've been designing the front-end interface, which hooks into the back-end that our platform engineering team has been working on over the last year. World restructuring might be a complicated beast under the hood, but it shouldn't be difficult for players to navigate. Yes, user interface, got to be intuitive, it's got to be good. I'm glad that they're actually thinking about this a lot, because there are some interfaces in the game that are a bit wonky. A lot of the guild systems and social structures are a bit there, not great. Same with the achievements panel, right? So I'm glad that they're taking they're really thinking about making it user-friendly. As we stated last year, we're approaching the development of world restructuring and alliances differently than other features in Guild Wars 2. We want to share early designs and beta experiences, hear your feedback, iterate, and then work towards the final implementation. Not that anything is ever final in game development. This approach will help ensure that we're delivering the right solution for the community. It's easier and less costly to change course at the beginning than it is at the end. Today, we're excited to share some of our internal development user flows and interface mockups for alliances, including creation, invitations, removing guilds, and more. Please take a look and let us know what you think. I've got to say, straight up, this is actually an unprecedented level of transparency for almost any games company. Like this, the way this actually looks, this is extremely internal. Looking at this from a developer perspective, this is the kind of thing that you are looking at as a dev, right? Like, you're setting it out, you're building how the user flow is going to work. This is a very professional style of image. Like, we're getting some serious insight here, actually, into the development process of Arena, and I think they definitely deserve to be praised. Like, you can even see this is a flat-out beta client, right? We're seeing, I looked at this is actually a mock-up. They've kind of superimpose this onto the game client here, so you can see how it all, would look when it's been finally finished. But you can even see all these flowcharts, right? Like, and how it's actually going to work. So yeah, very cool stuff. Actually, like, fascinating to see. Actually, oh, look, that's actually the end. That's it for today. So actually, let's go ahead and take a look at how it's all going to work then. Here we go. This image shows how players will select which guild they want to represent in World vs. World alliances. This is mostly what's in game already, with some added user experience improvements. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Oh yeah, exactly. This looks exactly like a document that you would share internally from a developer perspective. So this information accounts for players managing which guild is their World versus World guild from the guild tab. So it looks like there's going to be like an extra button, and there'll be a marker, there'll be an icon for us that says, hey, you click what guild you want, and then boom, World versus World guild. And it looks like when you do this, it will go, this action will switch the currently assigned alliance. The current alliance will represent it until the next matchmaking session occurs. Newly selected World versus World guilds will be represented after the next matchmaking session. So basically, you can change your World versus World guild anytime you like, but it's only going to update after a new matchmaking session, right? So now, I think what that actually means is not every week on reset, it means every time the worlds get rebuilt. That's what that means, by the way, guys. So I don't know what they're planning on doing that. Like, basically like relinks. Like, every 2 months is relink right now. So this would be your world will change and you'll automatically transfer every you can do that every 2 months or whatever, maybe every 3 months, whatever they decide it to be, right? This is actually super interesting because it means that you can't infinitely transfer. There is a slight cooldown on transferring now. I believe it's a week. You can only transfer. But now you're actually only going to be able to transfer every 2 to 3 months or whatever it's going to be, which is very interesting because you can transfer for free, right? Because you just change your guild, but you can't do it as much. So you are going to be very kind of attached to your World versus World guild, which I do like. I know that it's kind of nice to have that flexibility, that freedom to move. Like, oh man, I've got kind of a crappy matchup. I'd rather go to another server. Oh, I've got loads of mates on this server. I'm going to go over there. But I think adding a little bit of inertia to moving around will hopefully actually help even more with bandwagoning than the system that they're trying to implement already will, right? They're trying to remove this by making better matchmaking so people don't want to bandwagon, but there's also this added impetus where rather impediment, right? Where you can't really do that very effectively, which is pretty interesting, actually. And yeah, there'll be a little icon that says that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, and look, you've even got the internal. That's super cool, right? Look, I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of geeking out here a little bit, right? But look, they're actually got like bullet points, like this is what we need to do with our user experience. It should explain to the player how this will impact them, right? And when that's going to happen. A confirmation message when switching World vs. World guilds while they're currently in an alliance. All this kind of stuff there as well. Like loads of fun memes, guys. There's if a player switches their World vs. World guild, it may also switch their alliance status depending on whether the guild has an active alliance associated with it. This will affect the appearance of the alliance tab, which will return the initial info screen when there are no active alliances. So basically, yeah, the reason it does that is because if you join another guild or you rep another guild, it could completely change things because now you're in an alliance in addition to a guild. Okay, creating an alliance. Let's see how this works, guys. Let's see how it works. So you create an alliance. I get, ooh, now this is a really big detail. So, look at this, guys. You actually set, this is a really, really good feature. So, you can actually set how many members of your guild can be in the alliance. Okay, so instead of saying you make an alliance and anyone can opt in basically in your guild, it looks like alliance leaders are going to have a huge amount of control over what players are actually going to be a part of the alliance. Because you know, if you've got like a 500 member guild, but let's say only half of them are interested in World versus World, well, you can set the capacity to 250, and that means that you don't have all 500 of them filling up the alliance. You can see that here, right? You can see this little little number selection here. You can set anyone. That's actually a really nice feature. That's very good, actually. Oh, and check this out. Oh, I actually love this. Check this out. You get the name and the tag. So it looks like maybe when you're in World versus World, it won't show your guild. It will show your alliance. And you get a tag. So everyone on the alliance can have the same tag in World versus World. How cool is that, right? Yeah. I think they're really hitting it on the head. I'm liking this from a design perspective. I've got to say, I'm enjoying this. So we'll have a look at this flowchart here as well. So they create an alliance. Has the player selected their World versus World guild? If they have, then you get the information and you submit your info, your guild capacity, your name, your tag, your gold cost. Wait, what's the gold cost? Wait, what? Gold cost? Oh, I guess it costs 1 gold to make an alliance, right? Looks like it costs you 1 gold to make it. So yeah, if you haven't selected a guild, it will then tell you to select a guild, because you can't, making an alliance doesn't really make that much sense, right? If you haven't selected a guild. So then the alliance is created. New battle group appears in the list. Guild chat notifies guild member that the guild is in a battle group. Guild capacity is no longer... Oh, interesting. So once you've done this, it's actually completely set. That's very interesting. So you're going to have to be a little bit careful, actually. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, no. You're going to have to be a little bit careful when you actually set this up for the first time then, guys. Because this is telling you that you won't be able to change the capacity afterwards. So you'd have to destroy the alliance and then remake it. Ooh, you got to be pretty careful then. Huh. I wonder if they could flex on that. I feel like being able to kind of dynamically shift alliance size to kind of fit more players in might actually be a feature they might want to look into. I guess it's really awkward if you want to remove... You'd have to, like, kick players out of your alliance and de-alliance them to reduce it if you had too many people, right? But you can't increase it either. Interesting. I think that's one thing that maybe could be looked at. So let's see. And let's see what happens when we invite a guild. Let's invite a guild in. Lead a guild. Guild member with permissions to invites a guild to alliance. Is the guild lead... Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So if the guild lead... You actually get, like, an actual invite to the guild leader. I'm not gonna lie. Tech like this is really, really important, actually. I would love to see this for guilds. So, like, proper advertising for guilds, proper guild invite notifications there as well, so like new players or players not familiar can see that they've been invited to a guild, and just having that more kind of presence of the guild system will be really cool. It's interesting they're developing tech like this. So yeah, if the alliance is full, then yeah, obviously you can't do that. Oh, unlucky. Ooh, let's see. Will the guild put the alliance over capacity? Ah, yes, that's when you have to maybe shift your guild size, right? Because you can only have 500 alliance members right now, as we understand it. Leader guild chooses guild capacity for the guild. Ah! Oh, wait! Interesting! Ooh! So, that's actually a lot of control then. So, if you're inviting a guild to your alliance, you actually set how many members they're allowed. So, if there's like, again, if you've got a guild alliance, right, and you've got, let's say, 300 people already, and there's another guild that wants to join, and they've got loads of members, you can actually say... I only want 50 of you, right? So there's a lot of control there, actually. Yeah, they're really thinking about this. Because this means that you can actually say, right, I want 50 from that guild, 50 from that guild, 50 from that guild. So you know, you're not going to get kind of swamped by like one giant guild eating your alliance. You actually have a huge amount of control over what guilds are going to be there. And you have the ability to control that in a big way to make sure that all the guilds you want are going to be joined together. That's very good, actually. Yeah, that's a really nice design. So let's see. Oh, yeah, and here we go. Yeah, here we go. Oh, and look. Let's try. I can't really see this very well, but yeah. Oh, wait, what? Wait, there's an activity monitor as well. So you can see who's slacking in your alliance. Wow. That is quite unprecedented for ArenaNet. What the fuck? That's crazy. They're just going to straight up say, okay, are you a slacker or are you not a slacker? Or if your guild is a slacker, right? Okay, yep. That's pretty nice. And you can see this new alliance panel here is going to... Wait, can you be in multiple... wait. Oh, I guess you can technically be in multiple alliances at the same time, but you can only represent one of them. Because, yeah, look here. Because you could be in multiple World versus World guilds that are in alliances, but you can only be a part of one at the same time, representing one, right? Because you can only represent one World versus World guild at the same time. So that makes sense. Hey, cheers to the raid, boys, by the way. I appreciate it, man. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of really great UI with this, and you can see all the different guilds, who's online, right? And you get more information. Wait, what information can you get, guys? Let's see. What can you get here, guys? Ooh. Wait, what? You can actually see individual player activity. You can see last active in World vs. World and contribution level. What? Wow. That is an incredibly useful tool. So you can actually see who isn't playing. Huh. Honestly, I'd like something like that for PvE. Right, I'd like to see like who's playing in PvE, to be honest. That would be a really nice quality of life for me. And I honestly quite wonder if they would ever do something like that, because that means I could see who's active in my guild, right? So I know who I want to filter out to bring in more active members in Hardstuck, because it's actually a really big issue. Nice, 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 nice. Very cool, very cool. The Alliance can adjust these capacity numbers for any Alliance but other permissions. It's where the Alliance and Guild can see the capacity for everyone and be informed. This will also make it so an Alliance could make the capacity smaller for a Guild if their activity is low without killing them. Ooh, wait, what? So wait, you can actually say, your Guild is slacking, we want less of you, and they reduce the capacity, and I presume that would actually kick some people. They'd have to bring in other people. Wow. This is this is very surprising for ArenaNet that they're going in that direction. Alliance is set for the guild capacity for the guilds they're inviting. Invites can be sent out with capacity range from 1 to 500 per invite until capacity limit is reached. If there's enough capacity of the invited guild, default to the current capacity of the guild in the pop-up. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, so yeah, you can set your capacity as a World vs. World guild, and it's set in stone, but then the Alliance owner can adjust it further and say, we only want X of you. Oh, I see. So what they're doing here is that a guild could potentially be in... Wait, could a guild be in more than one alliance at the same time then? And like 50 of the players are in one alliance and 50 players are in another alliance there? That almost seems like that's what that implies to me, actually. Which does give you a lot of flexibility, in terms of the way that you can actually engage in World vs. World. Because, yeah, otherwise, the way this is that some people will be kind of left out, right? Because if there's like a 70-player guild, right, and you invite 50 of them, well, 20 guys are getting left out, right? So they have to go and join another alliance. So, yeah, that's almost certainly the way it's going to be. Which is pretty interesting, though. You can, yeah. Because I guess, yeah, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say alliances are a World vs. World thing. Guild is like a layer below it, and... to play World vs. World, you join an alliance, and that's basically your guild. So even if you're in the same guild, you can potentially even be on different sides of a fight because you're both in different alliances. Yeah, pretty interesting. What else we got here? Oh, ooh. Alliance creator owner leader leaving the alliance. This information accounts for the creator owner of alliance having permissions to remove the leader guild from the alliance. So basically, if you're the leader guild, you can actually just go ahead and leave. Let's see, who gets promoted? Who gets, yeah, so you leave, you get the confirmation window, you confirm. If you're the only guild in the alliance, the battle group is dead. No alliance anymore. Alliance ownership is transferred to another guild in the alliance. I wonder how that's dictated. Maybe it's just the biggest one, or maybe it's the most active. Leader guild is removed in the alliance panel. Alliance chat updates. Alliance chat. They did talk about this, by the way. I think that's the last one. Oh, never mind. Leader guild leaving the alliance. Wait, didn't we already see that one? A member with permissions selects remove guild from alliance. Oh, kicking a guild. Uh-oh. Player converts Bob. Guild is removed from the alliance. Oh, shit. Kick him out there. Get him out of there. Chat input no longer allowed in the alliance chat log. Wait, alliance chat log. Nice. Are you sure you want the player guild to leave the alliance? Oh, I think there's actually... Yeah, this is a guild leader leaving an alliance, I believe. Okay, good. Makes sense. Oh, yeah, kick them. Kick the other guilds. Get them out of here. Alliance member with permission says remove guild. Kick that guild out of there. Player confirms. Guild's removed in the alliance panel. Alliance chat updates. Oh, yeah, dude, it's going to say Wall of Shame. Yeah. Alliance chat says they got kicked. Get them out of there. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's crazy, chat. That is crazy. Alliance kick. Yeah, guild kick, alliance kick. But that's everything for World vs. World. Actually, really cool updates there. And I've got to say, I am loving some of the design choices they've made here in terms of the amount of control you have. And managing, they've actually clearly put a lot of thought into guild leaders and alliance leaders having an easy time managing their alliance and managing how who they've got on the alliance, who's active, who's playing, right? And making sure that you can have all the guilds you want in your alliance, and there's a lot of control over that. So I'm actually loving that. Obviously, it's a long way off. Like I said, I think we're probably going to be seeing some alliance stuff probably at the end of 2022 at the earliest, to be frank, actually, and, you know, probably moving into 2023. But yeah, I've got to say, this looks damn good. From a design interface perspective, yeah, I've got no complaints about this, and some fantastic stuff there with the World versus World rewards focusing on active gameplay. Obviously sad that they've had some basically delays in making alliances and world restructuring because of this. They've been chasing down some bugs for a few months by the looks of that, in which, well, that can definitely be tough on a system as massive as World versus World. Very difficult to handle. But yeah, really cool stuff. I would really hope to see these reward changes very shortly. Although, you know, seeing as they're already showing kind of concept art and some kind of some visuals here, I imagine we'll be seeing this stuff relatively soon for the World Restructuring betas, which I imagine they're looking to cook one of those up soon. They've kind of said that they're feeling impatient. They want to get another test in there. So expect that, I guess, maybe over the next couple of months. Yeah. And maybe they'll also throw it as a bonus. They'll maybe test out some of those rewards based on attacking and defending objectives, based on the number of players you interact with in a battle. And hey, maybe some of the other stuff, actually, with potentially some updates to the way supports work, right? And supports being able to kind of get better credit, right, for fights. Because right now, supports are a bit of difficulty without retail. But yeah, overall, some very positive stuff for World versus World. Very enthusiastically looking forward to those. You absolutely love to see it. Fantastic stuff. Nice. Very transparent, very in-depth, great stuff. I love this. You know, I think this is transparent, not only for ArenaNet, but honestly, for any game company in the industry. This is really, really commendable stuff. Big shout out there to Floyd Grubb and the World versus World team. Real nice. That's great. Awesome.